I am extremely high maintenance, and I'm talking hair bleach, extensions taped in, eyelashes glued on, acrylics, the whole thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with being high maintenance, especially because I maintain myself. I think it's just intimidating.
Men are not intimidated by you. Guys, this is something that I see on every second video, okay? You have girls saying that I'm single, dating is so difficult, oh, I must just intimidate men. No, men are not intimidated by you. They're not intimidated by your career. Okay, they're not emasculated. It's just that men are not interested in dating women who are a pain in the neck. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's episode, guys, we are going to be kicking it off with this woman right here, who is going to be talking about why dating is so hard right now for women. Now, there are some women in the comments who are obviously going to be agreeing with her, saying, you know, slay queen, things are so difficult for us. So we're going to be addressing them as well. But for the time being, guys, let's just jump right into this video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Okay, here's why I think I'm hard to date. I am not easily impressed by anything. I literally have everything I could ever want or need, and I've achieved it by myself. I have the best group of friends, I have successful businesses, and I'm not saying that to brag.
Okay, so right off the bat, why is it a man's duty to impress you in the first place? Like, dating is so difficult for you because you're not so easily impressed? Guys, this has to be one of the most disgusting ideas that I hear out here right now. The idea that men need to impress women to get into relationships, and yet you have so many women who are single and can't seem to lock down the man that they want. Okay, men are expected to go out here to work difficult jobs, to get big cars, big houses, you know, show how fantastic their life is, just, you know, to impress a girl. No thank you.
I just wanted to give context. Like, I'm a YouTuber, but I also have a hair company. My hair company is called Lavori, and it's actually in the top 3% of all Shopify stores. I'm really happy.
I've actually looked into, before I did this video, I looked into her YouTube channel and her Shopify store, and, you know, hats off to her, she's done pretty well. But again, these are things that dudes are not necessarily going to care about. Okay, women just seem to grow up with this idea, man, or they get it later on in life where they seem to think that a man is going to be interested in you because you're successful. This actually makes it harder for these women to find a man because they don't want to date dudes who are less successful than them. If this woman right here is earning, I don't know, 100K a year, okay, she's not going to date a guy who earns below 100K a year, at least not in the long term. But for the most part, men don't care about your career. I've said it before, guys, but a dude who works as a lawyer really isn't going to have too much against dating a girl who works at McDonald's. Like, a woman who works at McDonald's, it's not out of the realm of possibility for a man to date her who's highly successful, because we as men typically do not give a crap about a woman's career.
With the life that I've built for myself, my friends, my family, my businesses, everything is like really good for me right now. So I
mean, that sounds very humble. Doesn't sound like bragging at all, right?
I think because I don't need anyone, I think I really have to actually just like the person and have them get along with all my friends and like my life. I also run into the issue of, like, I guess, emasculating guys that are close to my age. So I tend to try to date like a little bit older. But then I run into the issue of like, why are you 35 or 40 and not married? Do you have like commitment issues? Did you not want to be married? Are you a playboy? Like, I also have the issue of actually being attracted to someone. It's kind of hard for me. I don't just like anybody, especially from dating apps. It's not.
Yeah, right? Because you have so many options. Most men are unattractive to women. I think they did some sort of study on it for Tinder, guys, but if you look at the swiping statistics of women, they do not swipe on basically anybody. I think it's like, what, like 5%? I was watching a Better Bachelor video the other day. Shout out to Better Bachelor. And there was a very recent video he did where he was covering statistics on Tinder, or on dating applications. I'm not sure if it was specifically Tinder or not, but women are only swiping on 5% of dudes. Yet they have so many options, so many guys who would be there for them, so many guys who would match them back, but they're just not interested. So, you know, I don't really care if women are going out here saying, I can't be attracted to people. Yeah, it's because you have so many damn options. And not only that, you only want the dudes who are at the top anyway. So, like, when you're alone, you know, you've got no kids, you've got no family, and you have your career, though, at the end of the day, I'm not really going to care, because what you're doing is you're dismissing all of the other men. You're literally dismissing 95% of men and then complaining. Like, of course you don't find people attractive because you're spending your time swiping on people. Okay, and what are these women, for the life of me, guys, this woman's going to go on and say that she doesn't care about physical appearance. When women are swiping on dating applications, when they're looking for men to date, when they're going out here in the dating market, the first thing a woman is going to judge you on is how you look. I don't care what you've heard. I don't care who says what, guys. Women care very much about how you look. And they only want to date the dudes who are quite attractive.
It's not even really about looks, because I'll literally date someone that looks like anything. Ask my friends. They think I date the ugliest guys, but like, I think they're cute. If that.
I'd be interested to see her dating history. Okay, I'd be interested to see the types of men that she is matching with on dating applications. Like, girls will say this crap, man. They'll be like, I don't care how he looks, as long as he's just, as long as he's got a kind soul, or some crap like that, you know? I just care that he loves his mother or something. You know, I just care that he does X, Y, Z, or he's nice to me, okay? And then you look at her dating history, and it's dudes who, the men that she'll swipe on a dating application are good-looking men. The types of men who she's had relationships with in the past, oh, they're all manipulators and narcissists. Wait a minute. I thought you told me that you are only interested in dudes who are good, not necessarily how they look or anything like that. Guys, this is one of the biggest lies that women tell you. I swear to you, man. It's like, I don't care how he looks. I don't care as long as he's a nice man. And then you'll have those same women say, oh, man, all of my ex-boyfriends, yeah, they're all narcissists. Right, they're all users. I have to dance around that word for YouTube here, right? They're all users. They're all manipulators. Wow, that's interesting, because a second ago you told me you didn't care about how they looked. You didn't care about, you know, you only cared about if they were nice. Doesn't really matter if they look good. And yet we look at your dating history and it's the complete opposite. Or the types of men that you swipe on dating apps, you know, complete opposite.
Already wasn't enough. I have some more reasons. I am extremely high maintenance. And I'm talking hair bleach, extensions taped in, eyelashes glued on, acrylics, the whole thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with being high maintenance, especially because I maintain myself.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. If you're a woman and you're dating a man and every day you're doing all of this modification to yourself, okay, because, I don't know, it's for yourself. Like, this is what these girls say, man. It's like they go out to clubs or they go out into society and they're like, you know what, I wear the things I do because it's for myself. I put on the acrylic nails, the eyelashes, all of it for myself. But that's a complete lie. Okay, if women were doing these things for themselves, they'd be sitting at home wearing all of this crap while they're at home. But the problem is a lot of girls are doing this for male attention, for male validation and all that kind of crap. You know, and this is one of the issues that a lot of guys have in relationships. It's like, okay, you can be in a relationship with a woman, but every day she's dressing up and she's going, you know, she's going out to clubs or she's going out and doing X, Y, Z. And guys will kind of look at this and say, not really, she's not really wife material, because if she was wife material, why is she going out there and deliberately garnering the attention of a bunch of strangers that she doesn't know on social media or wherever it is that she's choosing to go? Now, fair enough, if it's for your work or whatever, you've got to maintain a certain appearance, but I mean, being high maintenance, putting on acrylic nails, fake eyelashes every day, yeah, look, a lot of guys are going to look at you and say, she's doing this for attention, and I don't want to have a girlfriend or a wife who is going out here specifically garnering attention from strangers. It's a recipe for infidelity. Let's keep going.
It's just intimidating. That's the makeup. But wait.
She thinks it's intimidating, by the way. It's not intimidating, just that men are put off by these things. If you're walking around, you've got like acrylic nails, you've got those big eyelashes on, you've got fake hair, wigs, like nothing about you is authentic, you're going to have a lot of guys who are not intimidated by you. They're just not into that. They're not into someone who's faking what they look like from head to toe. They want someone who's authentically beautiful, someone who's actually beautiful, rather than has, you know, I don't know, like cosmetic surgery, nails on every day, eyelashes on every day that aren't hers and crap like that. Like, a lot of men find that quite unappealing because you don't look anything like you actually look like. And not only that, when you put on all of these things, it's not just for yourself, it's for actually other men to look at you as well.
There's more. For all my astrology girlies, my Venus is in Scorpio, which basically means if I like you, I'm literally obsessed.
Did this woman just say her Venus is in Scorpio? Guys, am I getting old? I have no idea what the hell that means. Maybe it just means that I'm sane. Maybe it's a good thing that I don't know what that means.
But if I don't like you, I can't ever like you. It's just not gonna work. Like, I don't know. I also think the dating pool is like super saturated right now. Like, there's so many options because of all the dating apps. And I get distracted really easily. So the only people I remember that I like are people that text me a million times. So
man, that is such a lie. I'm telling you, if you watch these videos and you believe what these women say, like if you think it's a good idea to message a woman a million times throughout the day, that is one of the fastest ways to run women out of your life. Like, guys, I tell you what, if you got a girlfriend or something like that, you've got a girl that you're interested in, why don't you just message her all day and see what happens? What happens is that women find it repulsive. I'm going to play that back. It's actually such a lie, man. Let's take a listen.
Right now, like there's so many options because of all the dating apps. And I get distracted really easily. So the only people I remember that I like are people that text me a million times.
So what? I'm expected to sit here and be your texting buddy and just talk to you all day so that you don't forget me, you don't forget like my place in your life. Like, what on earth is this, man? So if a guy wants to date you, he has to text you all of the time just to remain in your mind. Why on earth would any self-respecting man do that? Okay, and I'm not saying that he doesn't have to want to talk to you, but he should have better things to do all day than to text you, let alone to try and retain your attention because you can't focus on one person at a time. What kind of bullcrap is that, man? So men are expected, let me get this straight from the outset of the video, men are expected to, number one, impress you, number two, not give a crap that, you know, half of how you look is completely inauthentic and fake. Number three, continue to be your texting buddy and talk to you all day, because if they don't, you're going to get distracted and find other people, you know, more appealing, or you're just going to forget about them. Like, if a woman forgets you because you're not texting her all day, good riddance, guys. Good riddance. That's absolutely a win in my book. If you're a dude who's out there dating, guys, and a woman forgets you because you don't text her, you have dodged one of the biggest bullets of all time right there, my friend. But let's keep going.
So then I end up dating like obsessive stalkers. Please help me. This is my outfit.
Guys, you know, she's the victim, right? She's being stalked by all of these men. These terrible men are just stalking her.
Today. Anyway, I'm going to go grab lunch with a girlfriend now, so if anyone needs me, I'll be there. Bye!
Oh, jeez, man. Jeez, what on earth did we just witness? But, you know, shout out to her, guys. She actually does, from what I had a look, her YouTube channel seems to be doing decently well. She has got a makeup thing going on. So shout out to her. I'm not trying to take away from any of her business things that she's been doing. That's fantastic stuff. What I'm trying to say is that, number one, men don't give a crap about that. Like, if you're talking about it in a dating context, we really don't for the most part. Yes, there are going to be some guys who don't, but for the most part, guys typically don't care. And number two, the whole premise of this video that men should impress you, or they're somehow going to have to climb to these heights because you're successful, yeah, not really going to cut it. A lot of guys are really not interested in impressing women these days. Not only because, one, it's, you know, it's demeaning to the guy, but two, it's not really worth the squeeze. So guys, let's jump into this next video here. And truth be told, I haven't even watched it. I think I've watched like the first 10 seconds here. My editor sent it to me, but you already know it's going to be a banger. It's titled Tinder Daytime Story. And then she's written red flag with a series of flags here. And she says the audacity. Now, I believe she has quite a thick accent here, but let's just jump in and take a listen to what she has to say.
Tinder date story time. Tagged below is a video called Big Mistake. In April, I was dating another guy and realised why you should date 3 men at a time. Fast forward to August and I was dating 3 guys. Plus a little one on the side. Well, a big one. Not anymore.
Wait, so this woman, let me get this straight. This woman who is quite clearly 30 plus years of age is dating 4 men at once. Yeah, I can't possibly imagine why she's single.
Oh, not anymore. Mercury retrograde has done me dirty. Look at these spots. Get to the point, Kayla. So, I was dating these guys for like 6 weeks, right? And then I started to like one more than the others. Let's call him Bob.
What's the bet? Bob didn't want to have anything to do with you insofar as commitment.
So me and Bob spent some lovely time together. Like, it was one of the best first dates I've ever had. But from research and experience, I know that men tend to put on a mask for the first 3 months.
So wait, she was seeing Bob for 6 weeks and then he took her out on a first date? Well, see, guys, already, right? Things are not making sense. I don't know, man. Like, whenever you hear these dating stories, if you listen carefully, there's just like always 50, logical inconsistencies that you never really know where exactly the truth of the story is.
Most of them are afraid of rejection, so they pretend to be whoever it is that you want them to be, so then you don't reject them. And this is why you should date 3 men at a time until that mask falls and then you actually meet the real guy. Well, Bob's mask fell off. In the other video tagged, it's called Tinder Tales, I talk about Bob and I explain how I was intimate with him, so now I'm going to have to get rid of the other guys. And technically, well, I continue to text the other guys, but I didn't see any.
Oh, man, it's just so doomed, isn't it? So while she's getting with this guy and she likes this guy more than the rest of them, even though she was previously seeing all of them for 6 weeks. So does that mean she was texting and dating them and nothing physical happened for 6 weeks? In any case, a girl who is 30 plus years of age, dating 4 men at once, I don't even...
So as I was saying, we spent a lovely weekend together and, we started to tell each other a few tales. I explained to Bob how I don't really want to drink anymore, or at least for like a couple of months, because I'm trying to set up a new business and I just need to focus. We'd both made silly mistakes in the past related to alcohol, and he was like, yep, I definitely want to go sober. I think with any man that comes into your life, there's a lesson to be taught. And with Bob at that time, the lesson was, right, we could either be a good influence on each other and encourage each other not to drink and spend sober weekends together, or be a bad influence and drink and get stupid and then not be able to focus. He just recently got a new job, which he was like really looking forward to, and new, and like he's super clever on this job, like a brainy job, and he needs to focus. So anyway, this weekend we're supposed to be spending the weekend together. A nice summer weekend, walking the dogs, and it was going to be beautiful. No. I could sense Friday night, I just sensed it. My intuition was like, I think he's drinking. Which is absolutely fine, he's a 45-year-old man, right? But something just fell off. He'd not replied to my voice note either, and I was thinking, I've not sent you another message, not a chance. And here's the message that I got Saturday morning. Hey, it's like you on a surprise front. My ex-girlfriend from Leeds was having a hard time with her current abusive partner, and she came here last night.
Yeah, so look at this, right? The guy who she was actually interested in, and I use quote-unquote actually, even though she's keeping the rest of the men on a back burner. Isn't that interesting, okay? She goes out here, she dates 4 men, she likes one more than the others, and lo and behold, what happens, guys? I literally told you that this would happen before we even got this far in the video. The guy basically cancels the plan, brings up an ex-girlfriend, isn't interested in her. So what does he say there? Hey, slight hiccup on the sobriety front. My ex-girlfriend from Leeds was having a hard time with her current A-word partner, and she came here last night to escape. She's asleep, blah, blah, blah. It's not bedroom pun related, but I do care for her. She'll be here later if you come over. Or perhaps we should postpone for next week. So what do you know? The guy that she was interested in isn't interested in committing to her. He has other girls in his life. Wow, lo and behold, who would have predicted that?
We stayed up. Awesome. I got this the morning I'm supposed to go to his house. She's asleep in the bunk bed, but we stayed up until 3 a.m. drinking whiskey. It's not sexual at all, but I do care for her. This is the best bit. This is the bit that gets me. She'll be here later if you come over. Or perhaps we should postpone until next week. Absolutely not. Put it this way, I never responded.
Well, good thing you didn't respond, because hey, at least you have those other bunch of men that you were texting and having on the back burner for the rest of the time. Isn't that the beauty of dating so many different dudes when, the one that you actually want inevitably is not interested in you? You can always go back to texting the other ones.
Immediately deleted his number. And I won't be speaking to him again. Absolutely not. Like, the fact that you think that's just... No.
full of more dating stories.
More dating stories, guys. Can you believe it? The woman who dates 4 men at a time can't get commitment from from the one that she actually wants. Wouldn't you believe it, guys? She has more dating stories where she can't seem to get commitment. Isn't that just incredibly coincidental? But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, guys, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments below. And as always, guys, don't forget to take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace. Yo guys, Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our other content creators over here at Fiend Gang, Hidan from Peace of Mind, and Detective Warg. Their channels will be linked in the video description. They've been putting out consistent content for you guys to enjoy, so make sure that you go and show them some love. Their channels will be linked below. Also, guys, if you are interested in supporting the channel, make sure that you come and join us for free over on Locals or Patreon. On Locals and Patreon, you guys get access to archived video content that is no longer available here on YouTube. And supporters also get access to exclusive videos where we cover different kinds of topics that you won't see me talk about here on YouTube, because to be honest, YouTube just really doesn't like it. There's video topics such as how broken families are created and how men can avoid it, bad traits that men can have, the reason why women chase married men, etc. So if you're interested in supporting, make sure that you go and check that out. And lastly, guys, if you're interested in getting a character made like mine, be sure to hit up our artist at the Gecko Ninja. He is linked in the video description as well. He's been doing art for Fiend Gang for quite some time, so if his stuff interests you guys, make sure that you hit him up for a commission. As always, he will be linked below the video. But with all that being said, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one, for real this time. Peace.